Well, it's coming into the end of March, and I really have not made much videos for you guys at all. I've been trying to, but with the real life obstacles, I've been unable to share the wisdom, share the time. I've had the usual interactions with people, don't get me wrong. Various community members, students have came to me and asked various questions, and I've done tarot card readings, I've done psychic readings, I've done a few things for a few people. But my biggest concern this year has been family health once again, and among that issues, I've had to try and earn some revenues just to make ends meet. And yeah, so that's my rundown for not making videos. It's maybe a poor excuse, but the current situation with the world stage, I'm sure those that's wakened are being more eluded into the Maya, and I'm sure those that are sleeping are continuing to be stuck in the ditch. And as you can see, there's even many world leaders came forth and said truths, and yet no one is listening to a word they're saying. There's even university professors came out and spoke about all this stuff, and we're watching Scientology get ripped to parts just now, and they're finding that they're in everything. It's really interesting times, but to share some wisdoms with you today, and I was hoping just to make a couple of minutes video and send out the love, wish you all some greatness, and hope that the Tandava continues to roll on and come faster for us all. But sharing some wisdom with you guys, and I'll turn to the book here for some interesting stuff. But wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever deceiveth thereby is not wise. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whosoever provoke him in anger sinneth against his own soul. Remember, you're all one. It is an honour for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The sluggard will not plough by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvests and have nothing. Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will provoke every one of his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find? Question. The just man walketh in the integrity. His children are blessed after him. A king sitteth on the throne of judgment, scattereth away the evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure of my sin? Divers weigh and divers measure, but of them are alike abomination of the Lord. Even a child is known by his doing, whatever his work be pure, and whatever it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord have made even both of them. Love not sheep, lest thou come to poverty out of thine eye, and thine shall be sanctified with bread. It is not, saith the buyer, but when he is gone his way, then he boasteth. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of the knowledge are a precision of jewels. Take his garment, that is surety for a stranger, and take the pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterward his mouth shall be filled with gravel. One more. Every purpose of established by counsel and with good advice make war. And by the way, that's Proverbs 20. Truly, truly interesting. And I think there's a lot of people in the judgment scales right now, and there's a lot of deception being played out. You know, I was speaking to various, as I said, students in the community, and some of them were sharing their perceptions of their situation around them. You know, that some of them have came from countries that are not of the UK, where they've seen tyranny for hundreds of years, and they're just seeing through this whole event this 303rd anniversary event 2020. I think some people's calling it COVID something or other. Let's go with CV whatever. Anyway, for those that are continuing to be of the true divine, I'm sure you're enjoying the show, shall we say. So one more passage that I kind of felt was valuable in the sense of where we are. So stand by and bear with me once more and see if you can pick up some lovely pieces in here. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your body a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your responsible service. And many people always say to me, what is our purpose here? So Romans 12, get reading. Shall we continue? And be not conformed by the world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Are you hearing it? Shall I go once more for you guys? Okay, Romans 12. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your body as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your responsible service. And be not conformed by the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. One more? You want it again? Continue. For I say, through and grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than ought to think, but to think soberly, according to as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. For as ye have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, of one body in Christ, and every one member of another, having then gifts differing accordingly to the grace that is given to us, whether let me go back again. Having then differed accordingly to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportions of faith, or ministers, let us wait on our ministry, or he that teaching on teachings, or he that exhorting on exhortations, and he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Let love be without dismantlation. Adore that which is evil. Cleave to which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another, with brotherly love and honour, and preferring one another. Not slothing in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoice in hope, patience in tribulation, continue in instance in prayer, distributing to the necessary of the saints, given to hospitality. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them, do rejoice, and weep with them, and weep. Be of the same mind one to another. Mind not high things, but condense to men of lower esteem. Be not wise in your own conceits. Competence to no man evil of evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as letteth in you, live peaceful with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him a drink. For in doing so, thou heap coals on the fire of his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Let every soul be a subject unto the higher power. Of there is no higher power but of God, and the powers that be ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordain of God, and they resist shall receive themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do thou which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is a minister of God to thee of good. But if there do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword of thine, for he is the minister of God, a revenger of the execute the wrath upon him that doeth evil. Wherever ye must need to subject, not only for wrath, but also for the conscience sake. For this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are God ministers, attending continually upon everything. Render therefore to all their dues, tribe to whom tribes is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honour to whom honour. Owe no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. I'm going to end this podcast here today, because I think you can get a lot of messages from there. And that was Proverbs 12, continued into 13. And it's an old book, guys. Probably the oldest Bible I've ever held. And there's words in there that are not in one that's 50 years old. So there's a 50-year-old book. That was 120, 105, I think it is. Anyway, there you go, guys. I think today's podcast is mostly just to project out some goodness to everybody and remind you, whatever the events is happening, that it's all just for a short period of time. So, the tail end of last year, I undertook the project to begin writing the book, which some of you have found out about. It's called The Grand Chessboard, or The Grand Chessboard of Consciousness, Book of Life. And this book is basically going to enlighten some people to higher awareness, a conscious, profound change. And, you know, some of the things I've said over the years to many members, they've came back and asked for more information about, because I don't really explain things in the most simplest of ways. So this book was taking it to the simple way, and I've basically went through a process of highlighting experiments, conscious implications, proofs, parts of the Bible, parts of many ancient scripts, which help us all to find these profound conscious implications. And the conclusion of the book helps everyone to see the grand chessboard for what it really is. And you know, I've listened to many people, Peterson, Alan Watts, all these people, synchronicities. You know, they see the same, but not many have actually sat down and spoke of the grand chessboard. One of the closest persons I find is Steiner, and many people struggle to grasp the conscious implications of some of the books. And I give The Cosmic Memory as one of the most books I enjoyed, but some people just struggle to get through the Armin and grasp the whole game. But anyway, the book that I'm targeting completion will be sometime this year. If any of you want to be a backer, gain early access to the book, I'll put links in the description below. There is opportunities for people to obtain the book when it's going through this final edit process. So there's a phase where it's going to go from digital to physical book, and I'm giving early access to people when it comes between the editor and production. So that's one of the benefits of backing the book early. and all financial things help me because I'm really not working. ALL4SYNCHRONICITY does cost me money, and it is only by donations that keeps it going. And there hasn't been many of them, but yeah, we can plod on. You know, it's the only way we can do these things. The book itself, I perceive it being ready some point this year. There's plenty helpers, plenty people came forth to make it happen, which is spectacular and very humble. Links in the description. Thank you. Have a nice day.